You want an intro? Volume up a little bit.
All right, folks, welcome back to round two today. They were at the 10:30 group here in Mesquite, Nevada, at the Mesquite Sports and Events Complex. I'm Ryan Riesbeck, and here on the headphones with me today is Eddie Fernandez, a world champion long driver in his own right.
Yeah.
I'm still chasing the dream.
Well, you're going to be competing with me next year. It's going to get tougher every year the older I get. So we got monsters like you going to be in the senior division. I'm wondering if you're going to do both. I mean, it's Bobby and I were talking about it when you were hitting in that first group, and you're here at probably 5:30 in the morning, if not earlier. You're here all day working and trying to hit. It's got to be brutal. Just emotionally, mentally, physically, it's got to be tough. How you feeling? How you feeling right now? You tired?
It is tough. Last year it was round 3 or day 3 where I kind of hit the wall, and this year it was day 2.
Yeah.
So
And next year, if you do both divisions, it might even be before day 1.
yeah, too many second place finishes today. Too many fourth place finishes. But we've got a great group of hitters right now. In this first group here, we've got Steve Coyce, Mitch Grassing, Scott Littlefield, and Gavin Yokas. Now, I noticed yesterday and the day before, there were a lot of players who were a little nervous on the tee box.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there were guys nervous at all today in my group, in that first group.
Yeah, most of the vets are here. You know, I mean, you get guys who've been doing this for, 5, 10, 15 plus years, and it's like business as usual, right? First time you come here and you see the grid and you see the mountains, and you're like, man, you get a little jacked up, and little nerves are flying a little bit, but nerves are good, right? It means you're playing for something.
That's right. That's right. So Steve Coyce, I believe, #1 seed in this grouping here. A good mix of players, though.
Yeah, for sure. Some gas in this group of 16, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Gavin Yokas is a newer player here, but he qualified early on, and he's definitely got some horsepower. I think he was a little nervous yesterday or the day before. Can't remember which day it was. They're all starting to blend together, but seems real calm, very collected right now.
Yeah. It's the only place I come. I'm 6'4", 215, and it's the only place I come and I feel small.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you, and I was with Mike Dobbin yesterday. He's 6'8", 300 pounds, just an absolute tank. And I feel I want to pick me up and carry me somewhere.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But that's a good group. 366 from Littlefield to start off that group on his first ball. It's always important, Ryan, getting your first or second ball in. Then you can kind of build on it, relax, and just kind of let it go a little bit more flowy.
Yeah, freeze you up a little bit mentally or psychologically. But yeah, it looks like you mentioned that in Grassing right now, Mitch Grassing in slot 2. Looks like he's trying to guide it a little too much.
And sitting from this angle, looking at the player straight on, I can always tell who's guiding it, who's letting it go. And it's really important to just reach back and let it go. Hey, this is you got 5 sets, right? Consistently good. If you're really fast, you can kind of maybe get off the gas a little bit and get a couple in and then get after it. But Steve Coyce takes the lead there, 3-6-9. Good ball.
Yeah, and Steve's coming into the competition very confident. He's been battling some injuries, not in 100% peak performance during the season, but it looks like he's that way right now. He's hitting a lot of balls in play very consistently, the longest player in his group. Scott Littlefield's battling back there with a 370, so he takes the lead now. And Scott has changed his setup a little bit. He's gone to that softer shaft, so we're seeing it launch it a little higher. He's really wrapping it around his body, especially on the backswing. You'll see it. It'll stop, hit his back and still kind of. And Mitch Grassing coming out of his swing on that last one, he didn't like it at all. That's a rough feeling after the first set to walk back up to the tee box and feel totally perplexed about what just happened and what you're doing.
Did he get that? I don't think he got that last one in, did he?
It didn't look like the way he kind of came out of his swing at the end. And they just confirmed, he's out of play on that first set.
And here's the thing, right? You get a player like Mitch, how fast he is. He can go OB in 2 sets and win the other 3 and be through to tomorrow. Like Martin Borgmeyer did yesterday. Went all OB on his first set and then goes win, win, win. or wins second, or whatever he did, and then goes to be in a 6th set, and he was safely in through to today.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing about the point system, that's you can actually have a bad set, or maybe even 2 if you've got the gas, and then you hit a couple good balls and a couple of sets, and you're fine.
Yeah. Man, Littlefield, great performance right
Wow,
there. 4 balls in
87.
play, 387.
That is really, really solid.
And we've got a little bit of a tailwind here, downwind, right to left mostly. Looks like down the grid is the same condition.
It was about the same for you, wasn't it? Maybe not as much wind. I think it was it was blowing a hair at the beginning, but it really was maybe 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, it wasn't much. And this isn't very strong either. But to me, it appears that the high ball hitters really did well, in the condition. I don't think there's as much roll, and maybe we can see on the monitor here some of the shots in this next grouping, but
yeah,
not a lot of roll this morning, and that's normal with conditions when it's a little cooler in the morning and there's maybe some dew on the ground.
Yeah.
If they watered I think they're going to water it. Spencer McDaniel, 4-3 golf, slot number 2, ATC Fitness.
Yep. Memphis, Tennessee, right?
Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, he's our
he's
host
awesome
at the Bluff City Shootout. One of the great things about Spencer too is that he is all about the relationship.
Yeah.
The sport is fun. He enjoys it. He loves working at it. But he really is. If you ever go to Memphis with him, he will just drive you around town and give you a history lesson of all of the places where people used to play, music and record, and what different parts of town they were doing. So he loves his town, and he does a fantastic job with his event.
Yep. So this set right here, we got some little bit of firepower here. Ryan Steenberg in slot 1, Spencer McDaniel in slot 2. Ryan Winther, 2012 World Long Drive champ.
Yeah,
slot 3. He's just a tank,
and he is into fitness.
Oh my goodness, he is just an absolute tank. He is so strong.
Yeah.
He's like a bigger version of Will Hogue.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Will is like 209, and he just so strong.
Yeah, and Ryan
what's
doesn't.
his ball speed?
He doesn't.
What's Ryan's ball speed? 209. Ryan Steenberg, 209.
Yeah, and Winther doesn't turn a lot
3.
with his shoulders. His hands kind of go back and get set.
Yep.
Kind of a.
Gotcha. See. Oh. Gotcha.
Gets a really wide base.
Yep. Mooney, 205. He's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Great guy. Loves the sport.
Yeah, McDaniel's a pretty good golfer too, so he's going to flight the ball. Winther is all power, and he doesn't shy away from it.
213 there for Ryan, 129 feet in the air. I think that ball's going to be in. I think he's got that ball.
It is. We'll get a number.
So Spencer, 361.
Yeah, and Mooney hits a kind of a lower shot as a lefty. He kind of hits a cut sometime, and see 79 there from Winther.
Yeah. And that was 213, little cut up the left center, up the left side.
Steenberg at 68.
Yeah.
He's building.
Yep. 205. Ryan, again, I would love to see an arm wrestling match between Winther and Steenberg. They would probably just rip my shoulder off.
A lot of horsepower there.
Goodness, yeah. But a good set here. Winther's leading, 379. Steenberg, 368. Spencer, Mooney's got to get a ball in. Like we were talking about before, Winther just hit 215. But we were talking before, it's so important to get a number. Even if even if it's 25 points, it could, like the top 64 in the world, top 32, 25 points could mean the difference between moving on or going home.
Yeah.
And just getting a ball in play is so important.
Yeah, Mooney not happy with his performance there. Let's see if one of those last 2 balls will give him a mark. Winther, and Winther will swing. He'll swing hard and hurt himself sometimes because he's swinging so hard. So normally, right, your body as like a safety mechanism is not going to let you swing harder than you can stop, right? So, but he'll do that. He'll swing hard and throw his back out.
Yeah, I said one of Ryan Winther's legs weighs as much as my entire lower half.
It's solid. It's all muscle. I know that.
Yeah, he's solid. Good set there from Ryan. 4 balls in the grid. 79, 64, 71, and 59. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, Mooney getting the ball in play too, like you mentioned, that 25 points.
25 points. You never know.
Yep.
I mean, any points are good points.
Y-
You know,
and-
especially early.
And even walking off the tee, knowing you got at least one ball in play versus no balls in play, you're
Right.
walking away just, like I said earlier, perplexed, confused,
Yep.
searching. So
So Winther wins that set, 379. Steenberg 68, 100 points there. Yeah, good set there by the Ryans.
yeah, and we're gonna see this. This is actually a low horsepower group, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in the way that all of these guys here know how to flight the ball.
Well, you know, you say low horsepower, but Naoto Misumi yesterday put up 217.
Wow.
And he's 5'9",
Yeah,
180 pounds maybe?
He's strong.
Impressive.
But he's not a tower of a man.
No. And, you know, you don't have to be 6'5", 240 to hit it.
Yeah.
You know, 215 ball speed.
And this group here is a perfect example. Like George Haggerty in slot number 2, you're going to
Yep.
see. He's from the UK.
Yep. Good golf swing.
Yeah, great
Really
golf
good.
swing, and he focuses a lot on his ball flight. So I think he's hitting a Cobra. I think it's like a 7.5 or 6.5 degree. Hits
Yeah.
a high launch, puts a lot of balls in play. Galladay
Yep.
in slot 1,
Yeah.
similar. He's going to flight the ball really well.
You know, so it's so funny. So we're in the second or third ball of this group, and we haven't even mentioned Bobby Bradley.
Yeah,
He's
well, I
by
was
far
saving
the
best
slowest.
for
He
last.
is the slowest guy in this group. No, I'm just kidding. We love
He's
you,
got
Bobby.
big calves,
But
though.
yep, he's the Peloton king. I bet he would kick anyone's butt right in the Peloton.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
we
and
used
look
to,
at that.
We used to do phone
You
calls,
know,
and
it's
he's
so-
on his Peloton.
It's so awesome. I love. You know, Bobby is probably 200 ball speed, somewhere around 200, 195 to 200.
and he's
And
in the
you
lead.
know, and he's in the lead. And the thing I always say about Bobby, he's just an athlete, right? First round pick of the Pirates back in '98, and just you know, he's a competitor, and that's the great thing about this sport. You know, the fastest doesn't always win. You know, he flights it beautifully. He gets a lot of balls in play. And it's just when you're a competitor, you just give everything you got.
And
see where it
he's
goes.
a gamer too, right? He's
Absolutely.
the guy that he relishes the action. He
Yep.
wants to be, you know, in the mix, something on the line. That's
Yep.
that's where he steps up. So
Yep.
still he's tied right now with George Haggerty 369. What a close group. Two
Yep.
368s.
195 ball speed for Bradley there. Pretty good.
Stepping on it.
Jacob Galladay. Ooh, look at this set.
I know this.
I mean, seriously. And this is, and I
but-
was
but
mentioning
how many
it
balls
before.
are like in play on
Yeah,
this one?
there's 4, 6, 8, 10 balls out of 13. I mean, and they're all within 2 yards.
Yeah.
Like we were saying it before, once you get to the 64 and the 32, the dispersion of numbers is going to get closer. Like there could be 4 or 5 yards between first and fourth.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, get as many balls in as you can. And
Well, and that's the other thing too is you're going to see players get more and more comfortable on the tee box.
Yep.
And the athleticism will take over. You'll start to see some of these guys get in the groove.
Yep.
And then, like you said, you'll see just kind of leapfrog back and forth, like this set here, 368, 369, 369, 370.
yeah,
You know?
that's about as close as you will ever see it. I mean,
Yeah.
2 yards is going to separate first and fourth. You know,
Yeah.
175 points, and you just got beat by 2 yards.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
that's
And
huge.
we're going to measure probably this
Yep.
369, unless it's really easily to determine just by looking at it. But the 369, like one of these guys is going to get 100 points, and the other one's going to get 50 points.
Yep.
Unless Bobby comes up with something big here in his last 2 balls, they've got not called back. And I'm sure you've talked about this in the
Yep.
telecast before. We've got a white ball with a green stripe and a just plain white ball.
Yeah.
Which makes it a little bit difficult, but they're being extra careful out there as they work the grid and measure the balls and make sure that the balls they're confirming are the correct slot, correct player. So.
Yep.
Okay.
We're just waiting on Bobby's 6th ball. They might be measuring it. That might be 6 balls in the grid for him. And that'll.
He
I mean,
told
that's
me he was
solid.
going for that performance. Have you guys talked about the performance bonuses?
Yes, but you
Okay.
can reiterate it for
Oh,
this
yeah.
this group of people.
When we were thinking about how we can incentivize players to not just swing just for the fences, we talked about there's got to be incentive for players that maybe aren't the fastest, and we feel like we've hit a home run with this, but players in each group of 16 all week long, as they compete, they're also competing for 3 we call performance bonuses. The longest ball in your group of 16, the best set, which is the most yards in one set, and then the most balls in play. So every player is going to have a chance to hit 30 balls. Whoever has the most in play of their 30 balls also wins a bonus. So $500 per bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then on championship in the open division, it's $1,000 per bonus.
That's awesome.
So
that's so cool. I love that. Absolutely love it.
Oh man, where are they?
Yeah,
they must have been measuring. That's why.
Yeah, that 369 ball from Bobby there might be confirming it or figuring out. The 6 ball still isn't. Not sure if it's in or out.
Yeah, and the score. This scoring system that's been developed, that score does not want to lock. You'll notice on the screen that when the number changes to the color of the ball and there's an underline, that means that score is locked. Those numbers have been confirmed. So right now, Bobby Bradley, they're either measuring that 369 or maybe they're doing something with that 6 ball, but we'll get the number back here. Sometimes we'll see, too, especially with the white balls, that they're going to go out and confirm each ball one by one, and then confirm that with the ball caller.
Yep.
So they enter it properly. All right. Well, who we got coming up? Just some guy who won all the awards last night at the banquet.
Just some dude with long hair.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. He just kind of wanted to give the other hitters a chance this year, I think. So he hurt the hook of his hamate bone removed, and he had surgery like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he's still 223.
Yeah.
Yesterday he's kind of just waving at it, right? It's impressive. And you know what? It's funny because I was talking to him this morning, and when I had tendonitis in my left elbow, went into my left wrist, I could barely hold the club in 2019, and nothing was going to hold me back from competing in 2019. And I made the final, lost in the final, but you know what? And there's no excuses, right? I could swing the golf club, and I was going to do whatever it took to compete, just because that's me, right? I mean, you're never going to be always 100%. Sometimes it's
especially
you got to sack up and
this part of the season,
get after
right?
it. Right. Yeah. There's nothing. There is no tomorrow, like Rocky. Rocky
no
3.
tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
You're exactly right.
But yeah, he said he's in a lot less pain than he was in Utah, and he was in pain. Like even when we were filming for Bombers and Bombshells, it was he was in pain when we were but he figured it out, man. He's tough. He's like a hockey player. Get hit with a puck in the jaw and get 32 stitches, come back and into the game.
This is his livelihood, right? This is the biggest event of the year, biggest purse.
Right.
First place is $50,000. So every player, in this open division, is gunning for that $50,000 spot.
Yep, for sure.
All right, they're changing Bobby Brown. Okay, it looks like they may have had a little confusion.
Yeah.
With one of the balls. So Jacob Galladay, 5 balls in play.
Yeah. Well, great set. Really good. 68, 63, 67, 70, and 57. That's solid.
It's tremendous.
Jacob, he makes such a good move at it. I didn't really – next time he comes up, we'll talk about his swing a little bit, but it's rock solid. He's a good player too. Really solid player.
Plays a lot of golf. Good golfer. All right. This
group we got. This is going to be a fun one. Seb Twaddle in slot 4. He's a young. He's like 14 years old.
Yeah, young guy from.
I could be his grandfather.
Australia, and he's how tall? He's got to be about 6'6", 6'7".
I think he's 6'6", probably 245. Yeah. He reminds me a little bit of Jeff Flagg.
Yeah,
like 6'6", just 240, just absolute stud athlete.
Who was the from South Africa? I'm trying to remember his name. It'll come to me though. That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah. So this said we got a couple of fast guys on there, a couple 230 guys, Greg Knoll and Berkshire, right? 230 club. There's only Borgmeyer, Berkshire, and Greg Knoll in that group for right now. That's going to change, though. I think there'll be more guys.
Yeah.
Kyle's definitely raised the bar. He is the bar,
He is, yeah. And until somebody knocks him off, he's the guy right now.
He is. He's tough.
One thing we talked about at the banquet last night, I think Seamus mentioned this, that the 5 wins that Kyle had this year in the tour events were all against different competitors. So it's not like there's one player that he's trying to beat all the time. It's the whole field.
Ball speed.
Look, Seb Twaddell, 223 there for Kyle Berkshire, 216 for Seb Twaddell.
Right down what was it, 216?
216 for Seb, yeah. And Berkshire with 223. Now, Greg Knoll, the only
215 left center. Give me some 382. That's just like waving at it.
Oh yeah.
For Gregnall, right? Just those. He's just a big boy. 392. Kyle, longest ball of the set so far. We're gonna see some 4 bills here. I said 400 in the first group, and 399 was the longest, so I was wrong.
Oh,
Josh Koch, longest
way
ball.
off.
That was way off.
Yeah, usually as it heats up, that
Oh,
ground's going to dry out a little bit.
And
Ball
it-
flies further when it's hot. The air's hot,
Yep.
and it's going to get hot. The forecast, I think, says like 98 or 96.
98.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yesterday wasn't so bad.
No.
Little bit of light rain, and then
Kyle,
a lot of cloud
224.
cover.
224 ball speed.
It-
Just broke his, or just had surgery a few weeks ago. 224.
You know, and I
It's it's
I
impressive.
haven't talked to Kyle today or this week about, what his strategy is here, but I know that in other tournaments, a lot of times in the earlier rounds, he's trying to put a ball in play, and then I don't want to say he's cruising, but he's
I'll
working
say it.
on things
I'll say it. He's
that
cruising.
are not swinging as hard as he can.
Well, it's
'Cause-
funny. 224 is just cruising for Kyle, and it's nice that he can do that,
Yeah. Oh
for,
yeah.
for the rest of these guys, they're they're getting all they can with 217, 218, which is elite. And then
Yeah.
you get Kyle that can come out here and just just go through it and beat low to mid 220s.
Good set there from
Very good.
Gregnall, 382. I mean, that's a very good ball right now.
Yeah, with 215, 217 ball speed. But and that's the difference, right? 215, 217 compared to 222, 223 at 10 yards.
Yeah.
That's
4
about
balls
2
in-
yards, 2 yards per mile an hour. About,
Yeah.
right? So that's 5 miles an hour difference, about 2 yards, 10 yards. And that's where the 10 yards
Yep.
is.
Man, how's this top tracer? This is awesome, right? This is
I was watching it on the plane Tuesday when I got on the plane to come out here, and I'm like, man, this is what the sport's been missing, right? I mean, just you can see all the balls, and people love it. Like when we film for Bombers and Bombshells, it's like people, you got to do top tracer, you got to do, and it makes such a difference because you can track the ball and you can kind of see, where it's going, especially here. I mean, you can't see it. Like I'm so old, I can't, I can't see it. Like they.
And the
220 miles an
ball's
hour.
moving.
That ball is leaving in a
Yeah,
in a
it's moving.
flash, right?
Yeah, this equipment they've got this new system that Top Tracers develops really, they're mixing technology together. Which the more information you get and the more ways you get it, the more accurate it can be. So
Seb Twaddle finished second, 388.
okay.
Yeah, kind of snuck in there. Gregnall finished third at with 50 points.
Yeah, he was high teens on that 216.
Yeah.
That's here he's going back to back, right?
Yep.
He just hit one slot
214, 214 on the fourth one. He hit a couple 220 the other day, on Tuesday.
Yeah, he's young. I don't know how old he
I
is.
think he's like 23, 24, 22, something like that.
Yeah.
He's young.
He's definitely
He's just a kid, but it's fun to see these young kids and these, especially the international guys coming over and competing and at the Home of Long Drive. I mean, this is greatest venue for long drive on the planet. Thanks to Art Sellinger years ago, and this place is just it's the mecca. So much fun coming here.
Man,
You all right?
I took a drink of water and now all of a sudden I got it. But speaking of the international players, that's one of the goals. One of the goals of the PLDA is to increase that international growth. We just signed a deal with Golf Zone GDR, and if you don't know Golf Zone, they're a launch monitor simulator company. They do a lot of indoor stuff in Asia. I think they've got over 2,000 sims. They have in Korea. They have 300 of their own indoor driving range facilities. So that's a big deal for our expansion into Asia with Korea. So just
215. You got one 219. Seb 383 leading.
yeah, he's feeling it. So this is an example of where you go back to back.
Yeah.
And he hit that 388, and now
Yeah.
he's in 378, 383.
Yes.
And he's feeling that groove. So it's a good time to go back to back.
Absolutely. And then you can get 400 points right off the bat. That's really that's important. You know. Yeah, Seb's a stud. He's a big, strong kid. He's 220 guy.
Yeah, Steenberg's
got a. I don't know if he's got his fourth ball. No, 369. All right.
There you go.
So he's in second. That's, 212 ball speed by Mr. Steenberg. Hasn't competed much, Still,
No.
He loves it. I was talking to him last night. His dad is super cool. Seb Twaddle, 221.
Yeah.
But the Steenbergs are great. Mr. Steenberg is he always tells me to call him Matt. I have a hard time like Mr. Steenberg.
Yeah.
But good set there.
Yeah, Georgia 357. Probably not what he was hoping for there. We'll see if he got his last ball in, maybe 358.
So 1 yard, yep.
This is where you're going to see that combination of ball flight and horsepower come together the next couple of days. The guys are going to find it. Seb Twaddell, 4 out of 6 in play, all 378 or higher.
Tied the longest ball of the day, 399. Josh Koch in the first. We're going to see some 4 bills. No doubt, 4 bills. All right, we got.
Hey, we got John Black with T-Claw. He's going to join us here.
Yeah, we were here. Yeah.
Well,
awesome. Here.
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to put the cans on.
Yeah.
John, we appreciate your support with
thanks,
T-Claw
Ryan.
Sports.
Appreciate it.
I know you've been tell us a little bit about T-Claw and how it came about and your involvement.
It's actually it's pretty interesting. There's a little small par 3 course by where I used to live in California, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach area, and then the tee boxes were all just beat up mats. So me and a buddy were like, we got to come up with something. And it was just a joke doing it. And then next thing you know, I'm like, So I grab a bottle top off a vitamin water bottle and I start cutting with scissors and stuff like that to see what I can come up with. And then that's how it all started growing and everything from there. And then once you got the first prototypes made, went to people and just try to hit on the range and see if it's going to stick on the mat or not. And then, they added the lanyard with the help of my daughter's grandfather. And it just grew from there. It just, went from being something that can get rid of the rubber tees and hearing everybody say that they hate hitting off the rubber tees and trying to come up with a way for them to use real tees on mats and stuff like that. And And that's how it grew. And it went from something there to a training aid that can be used to work on pretty much all aspects of the game and everything. So,
yeah, and we have trouble a lot of times finding venues that can hold these long drivers. So we have to bring in stages or bring in mats, hit from unusual places to a fairway that, maybe it's over another hole kind of a thing. So for long drive and golf, it's really nice to have a product that you can incorporate with that artificial turf because a lot of the artificial turf is different. What we're playing on today has a corked filler in it, but it's not great right now for teeing up directly into the surface. So having a T-Claw is a must. You'll see. I don't see any competitors not using the T-Claw or utilizing it here in this situation. So it's cool. And then, give me some information on some of the other sports that are using it, because I see it with baseball. I've got some daughters that play softball. My son plays baseball. How are they using it in other sports?
It's funny because I never even thought about it being used in other sports until I had a Korean distributor who sent it over to Korea, and he was selling in Korea for me. And he gave it to some Korean baseball teams, and they were using the T-Claw with the lanyard showing pitching stride. And I'm like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And then my daughter's travel softball coach, I contacted him and I said, hey, is there a use for this? And so we went and did some videos and stuff. He goes, yeah, there is. And so that's how I started growing there. And now it's being used by baseball coaches all over the place now, and softball coaches, and because it can be used for hitting, fielding, pitching. I mean, you look at baseball, it's the same concept as alignment,
right,
swing pass, stride, and stuff like that. And it gives something to where it's stable, a stable platform, nothing's moving. So teaching kids or students and even golfers, you got a visual. It's all visual. You can sit and tell somebody something all the time. Are they retaining it? But if they can see it, then it's good. And I have people send me pictures of it using in cricket. like pitchers in cricket using it for stride. And
Oh,
stuff like
wow.
lacrosse, they had some guys had it down on the thing for lacrosse when they're. And I was just like, wow. So that kind of shows me that it's not just used for golf, and there's a lot of uses out there for it. So it's been great. It's been amazing. I'm grateful for everybody, a lot of our customers and you guys, Bobby
Yeah.
Peterson and you, Landon, everybody that has really been instrumental in helping, promote it and show how it could actually be beneficial. Because you guys are on a time. You guys have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to hit 6 balls, and if they're trying to tee something up wobbly,
That's right.
and your consistent tee height too, which was very important for you guys, because you guys are
Yeah.
always adjusting based on your swings, the weather conditions, and stuff like that. So.
Yeah,
beyond
you've
grateful.
been a supporter all year. Last year, we really appreciate it. And look at that last set here, Kyle Berkshire, just slowly working in a 400-yard drive, 224 ball speed. So
Yeah, that's wild.
it's amazing to watch him, his dedication and really the way he's caused the sport to move forward. He's really the first guy in long drive that pushed social media. And so you see, his accounts, 400,000 plus followers on different platforms. So congratulations to Kyle. That's 2 wins for him, I believe, right now. He's
second ball was 400.
yeah, 400.
400 yards even, followed by.
Yeah, social media is huge. I mean,
It is.
it's the future. It's where
it's
it's
the
going to
way-
be.
The way people communicate, do business.
It is, and it's you get products like mine, the Tornado T, the Aero Swing. Anybody that has some these guys are using out there, and we're grateful because they're contacting me or they're posting and tagging us and showing,
Yeah.
hey, we're really using it. It's not something that they're just saying, hey, we're using. They're literally using it out there, and it's great to see. We won't be where we're at today if it wasn't for, everybody who used it and all the support we get from everybody.
Well,
So,
we appreciate
beyond
it.
Grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other products coming out? Are you working on any unique modifications to it, or?
No, it's trying to grow it, just trying to grow it into the different sports, and the baseball side and softball side it's really big over there.
A lot of utility.
Yeah, there's a lot of good coaches that have reached out to say, hey, we want to try it and stuff like that. And when we first launched back in January 2015, it's the proof of concept. Everybody, hey, it's a great idea, but is it going to work? And
Yeah.
and that's where I met Bobby and Landon. Was that the first time I ever met them?
Was it the PGA show?
Yeah, back then. And they are like, "Oh, this is a good idea." And it just it took a while for proof of concept, but it's there now. So people are like,
Yeah.
"It's a gimmick." No, it's not a gimmick. It actually has good use, and there's a purpose
Yeah.
for it and everything and stuff. So, and you can't please everybody. It is what it is, and but it's been a great ride and everything. So I'm beyond grateful and humbled for what everybody's done for me and everything. So it's really good. I'm really excited.
Well, we appreciate your support. It's been a good ride so far. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, definitely, buddy. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. I appreciate everything, man.
Yeah, you
So,
bet. Come back a little bit later today.
Yeah, I'll be here all week, so I can't go home. So I mean,
All right.
the hurricane.
You're stuck with us.
Yeah.
Oh.
The hurricane was that hit the side of Florida over there where I'm living and everything. So lucky for us, we just had a bunch of tree damage and stuff in my neighborhood, but everybody south of us, Fort Myers area, got hit pretty
really-
hard. So if people are out there, reach out, support these guys because they're going to need the help and everything. So it was one of the worst storms in this generation that hit through and
Yeah.
everything. We got a lot of competitors here, you guys do, that are from that area and all
Yeah,
over Florida.
Golf,
So,
yeah. Eddie right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so you think about it, and that storm was pretty much covered the entire state, and everybody was affected, whether the East Coast or West Coast or Southern Florida, and now it's moving its way up the northeast side of Florida and everything. So hopefully gets through there without any more damage. And if there's anything that people can do who are watching, here, hey, reach out, support, donate to the Red Cross and stuff, and help these people out. They're going to need it. So.
Yeah, especially right now with a lot of the materials in short supply, logistics problems that are already in place. You hate to see something like this happen and put people out of their homes for months, so.
It humbles you on what you have and what I have, and I have great neighbors who took care of my house for me when I came here and constantly keep me up to date, sending me photos and stuff. I've been grateful, and I'm very lucky, and hopefully everybody else out there has that type of people that I have in my life helping me out and stuff like that, and it's great to hear and everything. So, but I'm grateful. Please let me know if you guys ever need anything. I'm so beyond grateful. Eddie Fernandez sitting here, he's a great supporter and everything too. I'm grateful to what he's done and everything. So, but it's going to be a great event. Everybody tune in. Don't miss it. This place is freaking great. It's going to be awesome coming up. So, all right. Thanks, Ryan.
John.
Appreciate it,
You
man.
bet. Yeah, I love this venue. I love the backdrop of the red rock and the blue sky. And rough set there for Greg Knoll, not putting a ball in play. That hurts, but he's going to battle back. He's a fighter.
He's one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
You can go OB and then all of a sudden win.
Well, and he's that grizzled veteran too that he's not going to get rattled by that. So
No, and that's the difference between the 4 for 2, right? You go 4 for 2, you go OB, you're out. Or you go to the losers bracket or whatever the way it used to be. But I like this because you can actually, after you have to be consistent. If you're a consistent hitter, you're going to make it through.
Yeah. A little bit of horsepower here. Travis Eakin in slot 1.
Yeah.
Travis
He
is a
can
new
move it.
competitor.
Yep.
I have to laugh because I do the registration for these competitions, and I reached out to him. He wasn't even sure of what he won when he got through in the regional competition. So, but we love all the new competitors coming out. Great to see him. Great to get to know him here.
Yeah.
That's what this sport needs is a lot of new people competing, so we can have more events and more places.
He's such a tank.
Yeah,
Winther. He's an absolute animal. Bobby's in slot 3, 341. Nice ball there. Nice start to his set. Little build on that. Bobby's not, obviously he's going to be somewhere 192 to 200, somewhere in there. So he just has to fill it up, maybe use the ground a little bit out there.
Yeah. That high ball is he hits really well. Is working today.
Yep.
So yeah, Steve struggling a little bit here this first round.
Yep.
Or not first round, second round here.
Yep.
But
Second round, second set.
0 for 4.
Yep.
See if he can pull it together.
He finished second in the first set, so he's got a couple balls left. Just got to get one in, right?
Yeah.
Get a decent one in. He can easily go 375, 380. So just pick out your spot and go after it. Ryan, no marks either.
Every time Travis hits, Bobby hits one close, then Travis hits one further. Bobby hits one close.
Yeah, Steve's down to his 6th ball.
And that one's down the left side, but it looks like it's out of bounds.
Is it going to go?
Yeah, it looks like it's out of bounds.
Oh, Winther just yelled at one. Now, what was that ball speed for Ryan? 213. That was it. At least he got a 6 ball in, so that's probably going to be a winner. Most likely 370-ish. I would think 370. Depends on how much it spun. But he'll probably take that set. That was down the right center. A little cut. Probably a little heel miss, but should be good enough at that ball speed. He's 10, 15 miles an hour faster than the other guys. So 376. Yep.
Yep.
That's
right.
Yep. Yep. Good ball by Ryan. That's what you got to do. That's where you get 6 balls, right? How many times have you been 6-balled, and how many times have you 6-balled others?
Not as much. I feel like I get 6 balls more than
I know.
Give it. So
I can distinctly
everybody
remember.
probably feels that way.
I know. The most 2 I've 6-balled the ESI in 2019. I had Tuone and Steenberg. I 6-balled them both to get to the finals against Kyle, and then I got smoked.
I think
I hit a good ball. I hit it like 399, and Kyle hit it like 430. I'm like, yeah, that's all I got.
I think I 6-balled you one time in South Carolina, in Columbia.
Yeah,
I hit this little teeny sliver of on the right side.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're going to give it, and you're going to take it, right?
That's right.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, right? You never.
Yeah, Zach Holton got me today. I think I was like 366 or 359 or something like that. And he hits his last ball, and I said, "Did you hit that good?" And he said, "Oh yeah." And then 73 came up on the board. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job by Winther there. 6-ball, 400 points after 2 rounds. Him and Kyle are leading.
Travis Eakin going back to back here.
Yep. But I kind of like that. You know,
I don't
you're
mind
kind
it.
of in a flow. You don't have to wait. You just kind of, especially if you're in a rhythm.
Yeah, the only time I don't like it is when I'm out of sorts. When I'm not in a rhythm,
Right.
something's off, my tempo's off. But, typically, otherwise, it's not bad.
Yeah, we talk about in the first round today. I was talking about being a golfer as well. We talk about routine. Now you have a routine. You get up and you do the same thing every single time. That's so important. So important in golf. Is so important in long drive, in my opinion. And you kind of set up there. Once the bell rings, you let one go. You look at it. I'm always like, I can never tell if Ryan hits a good one or not, because you're just like, you look at it, you reach down, you grab your ball, tee it up, and then you let the other one go. You know.
So you know what I found? I swear I will feel like I just killed the ball, like I hit a perfect shot, and then it comes back like 20 yards short. I'm thinking, what can I do?
No, you're getting older.
Yeah, I don't
That's
I
the
don't
thing,
know.
right?
So I can't trust until they call the number back. I don't know. It feels like that's happening a lot more lately.
Yeah.
That I feel like I hit a really good ball and then it just comes back shorter than I'm expecting.
Yeah. Scott Littlefield, 389. How about that?
Yeah.
379, 389. His first two balls. That's how you build on it, man. Get a good one in first, and then just kind of just let it eat. 390 is a good ball.
Yeah, he's worked really hard at hitting a higher ball flight, keeping that spin down.
Yeah.
All right, Galladay, no balls in play yet. He's got one close. He's holding his finish there. Greg Mooney bouncing back. Greg had a hard
74 is
first
a good
set.
ball. That's a nice ball.
Yeah,
74. He's somewhere 205, 208 when he gets after it. It's kind of where he's been sitting, which I think is good for this ball.
yeah,
As that's a good number.
yeah. Pretty awesome. Working with Bridgestone to get this ball developed and get it here. They really came through, and the balls showed up the day before competition started. They were rushing to try and get it here, for us, and we appreciate the crew at Bridgestone. It's a great product. What I like about it is there's more feel than some of the balls that we've had in the past that just felt so hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot more feel, and I feel what I'm seeing though after I hit the shot and then you're looking at it, it seems to hold its position better, right? And that's one of the things they're working on with the dimple pattern,
Right.
to hold the position so you're not going to see when it falls. It seems to fall straighter instead of like sliding out.
Yeah, and that's what I noticed. Yeah, I haven't hit it. Yeah, I'll hit it tomorrow, obviously. But the one thing I noticed by watching, you can't really see from this angle, but when I was in the stands watching yesterday, the balls are really, they're flying much better.
Yeah.
They're flying straighter. They're not like kind of going back. They're not hovering, and they're not, it's not like they're not knuckling in the air, but they're staying pretty straight. So if you hit a good ball, I mean, it seems like it's going to be good.
Yes. Yeah. Good payoff. All right. So, yeah, interesting there. Galladay, first three balls OB, last three in play.
Yep. Finished third there. He's at 350. He's in decent shape after 3 rounds.
And Scott Littlefield won that at 389.
Yep. He's at 425. He's in good shape. All right. So Winther finishes first or second here. He pretty much has a cakewalk to the top 32 tomorrow. So
Yeah.
But it's going to be a good group. Ryan Gregnall has to bounce back here. And
I'm interested to see what Haggerty's going to do here. He took second and then third, right? I don't think he's hit a ball yet. He's doing some visualization.
yeah, where's Ryan Gregnall? How many points does he have? I don't see his name.
I
Is
actually
he
think
in
he's in
16th?
I think he is in 16th because he finished third and then I think he went OB. No.
Okay. All right.
But 3
Yeah.
sets here, so
There's
he's got the
nothing that
horsepower to
3
do it.
wins can't take care of, right?
Yep, that's right.
I mean, that's what, he's one of the 230 guys. So if
Yeah,
he catches
221
221 on that ball, that's going to be a little left.
Yep, going left out of bounds.
But, yeah, he needs 3 good sets here. And he's a guy that can definitely do it. He's got the horsepower, no doubt. Haggerty makes a good move at it, doesn't he?
He does.
He's fast. He's efficient. He's fast, and makes a really nice move at it. Galvin Jokic. I don't know a lot about Gavin.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
newer guy.
competitor.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he did 2 or 3 tour events this year.
Nice.
Strong.
Yeah, they're all strong.
Yeah.
Right? It seems like they're all young and strong.
We get a couple of veteran players like us.
Yeah,
Most
hey.
everybody's
Hey,
younger
better
and
with age,
stronger.
right? I keep telling myself that. Better with age.
So Haggerty and
So-
Winther at 75
Yeah.
each, 375.
Yep, 375, 222 ball speed for
And that one-
Gregnall there.
And that ball looks to be in. It's on the
Yeah,
edge.
it's gonna be
I'm gonna
close.
see if they're
If
gonna
that one's in, that's
walk back.
deep. That's going to be probably 85 or 90 plus if that one stayed in for Gregnall. And that's what he needs. He needs 84.
84.
Yep. So that's what he needs. He needs to win this set. Ooh,
I think you got
that's
another
a really
good one, too.
221 right down the jug. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. So the only one really in this group that could probably catch him is Winther. So
Yeah, I don't know if Haggerty's got.
So
the-
Greg, it's funny when I watch Ryan, right, Gregnall, when he gets in a groove, he just absolutely rips. It's just amazing how he gets into that groove and just, it's almost like Wes Patterson. Wes starts out slow and he might struggle. If he starts out well, it's like game over. Some guys are like they get into that rhythm, either
lock
whether
it
it be
in.
good or bad, and that's impressive. 92 by Gregnall. He needed that. That was clutch.
Yeah, so that's going to put him at, I believe, 250, which will help him quite a bit.
For
get
sure.
back up towards the middle of the pack.
Yeah, and that's
Can do
his,
some
that's his third
damage.
set. He's got 2 sets left.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
he can do some damage.
for sure.
All right, let's see if Coyce pulls it together here. He's going to be in slot 3, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah, you don't see Coyce going OB very often.
No,
not-
Coyce is a good golfer.
Yeah. You know what the nice thing too, Ryan, is with this ball, there really hasn't been that many OB sets.
Yeah,
I've noticed like you tend to see a lot more. The ball's definitely flying straighter.
yeah, I like it. I like the ball a lot. All right, Spencer McDaniel, 4-3 golf.
Yep.
He's cool as a cucumber.
He
Look
really
at him.
is, isn't he? He's got like 9. He's got more kids than you, I think.
No, close.
Does he have 4?
Correct.
4 or 5?
I believe he's got 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to say
He's
hello
such a
to
good
his
dude.
wife Karima at home. Hopefully
is,
she's watching the broadcast. 2 375s. Looks like they're getting a measurement.
Yeah, they're measuring them. Gregnall's going to take that set down 392. Great ball. But look at that. 384, 392, 390 his last 3 balls.
Yeah.
Back up against the wall, and he just pipes it, So we'll see Haggerty and Winther. Going to measure them. If they're within 6 inches, it's a tie, right? They split the points.
That's right.
Correct? So,
Yep.
yards, followed by Ryan Winther and George Haggerty. both
And it's
tied
pretty
with
interesting how often
135
that
yards.
happens, right?
Yeah.
Or we'll have playoffs.
yep.
So it does happen. You think you're 375 yards away, and his best ball is within 6 inches of your best ball.
It's amazing.
It
Isn't
is.
It really is. It's crazy. All right. Nyota Musumi in slot 1. Seb Twaddle, Steve Coyce, and Spencer McDaniel. 4 really great guys on this tee box.
We'll see if Seb can keep it up.
Yeah, he's man. He's got some horsepower. This kid. It's just violent. It's a violent
214.
move.
Yeah.
214, probably a miss.
Yeah, he is trying to get his arc as wide as he can and
Yep.
raise up at the top.
Yep.
If you pay attention here, he's kind of rocking back and forth,
Yep.
pulls those hands way up high.
I mean, look at just it's crazy. His legs are huge. Just such
Yeah.
a great
He doesn't
base to
skip
hit
leg
on.
day.
He does not
doesn't
skip
skip
leg day.
leg.
You'd think I did, but I actually do
I
legs.
do another half an hour in the massage.
Jeff
That's what I do.
Jeff Flagg, right? We're obviously good buddies, and we train together. He's my trainer, and he said I used to have chicken legs. He goes, now you have turkey legs.
Yeah.
But
I like turkey.
I love
Making
turkey.
me hungry.
But yep, I know, I know.
All right,
All
Coyce has got a ball in play. Hopefully that'll
Yep.
settle him down, calm him down a little bit.
52. Masumi put up 217 the other day. Impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just not a big guy. And,
No.
you know, it's really impressive when you see a guy like him. Steve Coyce, I love his golf swing. Love his golf swing. It's awesome to see Spencer here
Yeah,
as well.
Spencer's got another
You know,
ball in play too.
He's got 4 kids at home, runs a bunch of gyms in Memphis. He's really busy, and
I'm trying to
he
think.
still shows up. You know, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know we've got Spencer and Calla, and then we have Palmer. I'm trying to think of number 4. Karima's gonna kill me for not remembering this.
And well, you
So
got 5
Kareem-
kids. You could barely remember
Yeah.
your kids' names.
I'm sorry, but Spencer's swing's looking really
yeah,
good.
it really does. He's swinging it nicely,
We're
huh?
putting a lot of balls in play.
Seb 219 ball speed there, right
Yeah.
down the.
That's
right
the one
down
he
the
was
gut.
looking for too.
That's the one he was looking for. I think he might take the lead there.
You know,
That was a good one.
one of the other cool things you see is some of these international players, right? Like when they get here, they are cheering for their countrymen. 372. We might
Wow.
have another tie.
Wow, 219 ball speed, 372. It's amazing.
You know, his
Ooh.
backswing is about as fast as my forward swing.
I know.
God.
Jeez. Another measurement looks like it's going to be 72. 72.
Coming to the tee now.
Yes, Coyce needs this one. He needs it badly. So, I mean,
Yeah.
even if he split points, he's got 150, right? So he'd be at
Yeah.
250 through 3 rounds.
Start set 4. Bobby Bradley, Scott Littlefield, Spencer McDaniel, and Ryan Bricknell.
We're going to have a measurement here between Twaddell and Coyce. I'm assuming you're going to probably finish 3rd. McDaniel's going to finish 4th, 356. I love the way Spencer's swinging, though. You know, just a good move. Again, he's runs a bunch of gyms in the Memphis area. He's got 4 kids. Just he's busy with that. I know what it's like. I've got 3 kids, so it's crazy, but it's great to see him out here. He's one of the awesome guys in long drive, and just a classy guy. Had breakfast with him in California, him and Glenn Wilson, and I love hanging with those guys. They're just super cool. You know, Glenn Wilson is about as cool as he gets. You know, G-Dub.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know. He's a little bougie.
I don't want to give him. I don't want to give him a big head or anything, but he is bougie, like the kids say, right? Bougie.
Yeah, he's got his hands full with his business, Jetway Services. Man, he's growing, expanding. He's, you know, one of the things he's doing too is focusing. He's got younger kids that are just very busy doing things, and he's much involved in that. So that's awesome for him. Steve Coyce pulls it off.
Down.
Okay, so
373.
let's take a look at that because Steve's now got 300 points after 3 sets.
Yep,
which
with an
puts
OB
him,
set, which is huge.
Yeah, which puts him right back into the hunt.
Absolutely.
So that's big for him. So yeah. All right, Kyle Berkshire.
All right.
Okay, so Mitch Grassing used to. He's not competed as much this year, focusing on his career a little bit.
Yeah.
But he used to be a 225, 226 guy.
It's unreal.
Yeah, and so we're gonna see him and Steenberg here. A lot of horsepower. So Bobby Bradley in slot number 2. Look at him shake. He's getting his groove. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go, man.
He showed up to a gunfight and brought a knife.
I don't even, he's got like a toothpick.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got just 3 monsters.
He's
on the
laughing. Do you see him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He
He's
knows what he's-
giggling. He's just hoping these 3 guys go a B, which won't happen.
He
But
knows
Mitch,
what he's going up against.
Mitch,
for
good to see Mitch competing. He finished second to Justin James in
Justin James,
2017, and yeah.
It's like he's got a ball down the left side.
Yeah.
That'll be good for Mitch.
Yeah, points are important. Kyle just kind of waved at 219.
Yeah.
Ho hum.
Let's see. Let's get Bobby Bradley here.
All
I
right,
like
yeah, let's
this.
get
Okay.
Bobby. See his numbers.
Oh, that's definitely
193. Oh, that is right down the gut.
193.
I think that's about his weight. That might be a little bit more than his weight.
Yeah,
he weighs
he's
about
no,
180,
he
180
is
pounds,
less than
185 pounds.
193.
Yeah, which is good. At least his ball
Which-
speed's
Yeah.
higher
Well,
than
and
that, you know?
I used to weigh 193 when I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, I weighed 135 in high school.
Man.
Yeah, it was disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked like a 2
Pat,
on
our
seriously.
technical director, just picked himself up off the floor.
Yeah, no, I did.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was 6'2", 135, graduated college, 6'4", 165, and started working out in 97. And I gave myself 2 years to get in the best shape of my life, and I was able to do that. So look at Steenberg.
Yeah.
My goodness, he's a horse. Jeez. Just so strong.
Berkshire
398. He might not hit another ball. Seriously.
He doesn't seem like he's in a big rush.
Yeah. Right.
Like we talked about that earlier, but it's
Yeah.
true. Like
It is.
he's playing right now, but he's playing for Saturday.
Correct.
That is his goal, and he's that good.
Putting yourself in position.
Yeah.
Right? Just putting himself in position to be there come Saturday.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it. It would be awesome to be that good at something.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And if you guys don't know Kyle, Kyle has this unique ability to focus for a long time. And so when he's practicing and he's hitting for 2, 3, 4 hours straight, you know, he's working on very small things: path, attack, angle, spin axis. Right. He's trying to get the ball to fall a certain way.
Right.
You'll see him. It's unbelievable. He'll be practicing in the North Carolina heat at the One Stop Power Shop. And just sweating like crazy, and he's like average ball speed like 223, 220. I mean, people, you know, my fastest recorded. This is my humble brag here. My fastest ever recorded was 226.7.
Wow.
Tim Burke was 227.1.
Yeah.
That was back in 2014.
Yeah.
And that was one time in my life.
Yeah.
And he will get in.
He'll average that.
Yeah, he'll get in a mode where he's hitting that consistently, round in and round out.
Yeah.
So
people don't understand how ridiculously fast that is.
Yeah. So if it sounds like we're just just all over Kyle, you have to understand how awesome it is to see it. So.
2-time world champion. I mean, he deserves it. You know, and he's hurt. You know, he's not 100%.
Yeah.
So he's just going through the motions. Steenberg's going to finish second there, 63-66. Bobby Bradley third, 359. Mitch Grassing, it'll be 352. So
that was a good set by Bobby. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
5 balls in pay.
5 out
59.
of 6. I mean, you know, at 195 ball speed, I mean, that's really good. That's really efficient.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
and he's back up in slot number 1. He's going back to back. He's got his work cut out for him here.
Yep.
Yeah. Littlefield's been hitting well. Gregnall, you know, he seems to have found it that last round.
Yep. Mr. Bradley's going to need a win. He's going to have to go win-win or win second at the worst. You know, that's a tall order with this group. But I think Gregnall has to win, right? I mean, he doesn't have to win, but, you know, a win would really put him in the driver's seat to make it. This is where the OB sets are really, you can't have any. When you're struggling a little bit, you have to get balls in play.
Hey, is that DeChambino guy, is he still in the competition?
I think so. Yeah, he hits it pretty straight. You know, I figured, like, when I hit, I want to keep, like, into the wind. It was the into the wind yesterday, 5.8 miles an hour. And I like to keep it 90 to about 110 feet in the air. Anything higher than that, because I have a pretty flat, kind of like you. We don't launch it like, you know, Colton or, you know, Reed Russell. I mean, those guys just absolutely launch it to the moon. So, you know, that was he hit it so well yesterday. He went 6 for 6 the last 2 rounds, and that's impressive.
Yeah, he's. I will talk to people. I'll be at corporate outings, and they'll ask, you know, does he belong? And
Does he belong?
Absolutely.
No.
I mean, I think
he only finished 6th last year.
Last year was not an anomaly.
No.
And I tell people, you know, it was one of the coolest experiences in long drive.
For sure.
I'd been knocked out. I was calling balls, and I remember sitting there just watching him with precision start the ball in the exact same spot, like 5 out of 6 balls, and the little 5-yard draw, same height. I mean, it was crazy.
Yep.
222 ball speed there.
Yeah, that's going left though. He's I think his second ball is in. His second ball was a good ball. I think it was down the right center, right side. 361. All right. I mean, that's
second place.
Not
right
horrible.
Now.
He's got 3 balls to improve on it.
But see, he's gone from 50, which was 16th place, to he won a round. Now he's at 250, after 3 sets, and he's right at on the bubble, right? So if he has a good set here, puts another, second or first place performance up, that'll get him in the position to.
Yeah. Bobby he is swinging as hard as he possibly can. And he's filling it up, man. 4-4. Ryan hung on to that one a little bit, trying to guide it out there. Littlefield's, hey, Scott Littlefield's in good shape here. He's in 3rd place right now. If he finishes second, he's pretty much.
Yeah, should ensure that he's moving on to tomorrow.
For sure. For sure.
Spencer McDaniel, good 365, 368. Those are the two longest
he's
balls.
Leading.
Greg
he can sneak in there. He could be at 320 or 325 if he wins this set, and if he wins his last set, he'll be in.
Yeah.
He's got to go win-win.
Greg Null not happy right there, but that second place finish is actually not terrible.
Right.
He's hoping that Littlefield doesn't surpass him.
Right.
Let's see. They're looking to put 2 more balls up on the board for Littlefield.
Yeah, a second place for Greg Null will be huge. 3rd place it'll make that 4th set really tough. Yep.
But I would say this, we saw it in that first round, the first group of hitters today. The bubble was, was it 400?
400, yeah.
Yeah, the other day it was like 500 or something.
Bobby got in last. He was 500 points. He was the 8th spot.
Yeah.
So you never see that. Rarely do you see 500.
No.
Usually it's 425 to 450-ish on either side of that. But you rarely see 400 and you rarely see 500.
Yeah.
So
Greg Knowles, he's still in position.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got the horsepower to hit another bomb and score 200
300. Yeah, 500 points will get through. Usually, that's.
Yep. So Littlefield must have come up big at 3 something.
369.
369.
Yeah,
so
he won that last
set.
So he's
320.
cruising.
Yeah, 625.
Cruising to the top 32 tomorrow. Him and Berkshire and Ryan Winter's hitting now. He basically just has to get one in the grid, and he'll guarantee himself.
Yeah.
Top 32 tomorrow. He's tough. Good to see him back hitting.
Yeah, we've got to continue to work and build. I feel like we with the PLDA have gotten to the point where we've proven our concept, our business model works. Right now, we've got to find those key corporate partners to help do more productions like this one.
Yeah.
With the top tracer, with the jumbotron.
Yep.
Really nice, classy facilities. All of that. That's what we're hoping to do. Move things forward. Keep growing the sport internationally.
Yeah, 216 for Seb, right down the gut. That was a really good ball.
I think Seb's shorts are too tight.
No, I think his legs are too big.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's.
Yeah, that's him and Borgmeyer. I don't have that problem. Yeah. I could wear a boy's small short and they wouldn't even be tight. But I still have some gas. So
good start, 372 for Seb Twaddell.
Yeah. Jacob Galladay has one of the best swings in long drive. Just makes such a good move at it. Just really, really good. And he's a golfer,
Yeah.
Usually fills it up. 49. He's only in the low 200s ball speed. I thought he'd be faster than that. So we'll get some numbers for Jacob here. We'll see what we got here. Ooh, that's a good ball there. 204. Good flight. Right down the right side. Not sure if that should stay in. But we'll see what that ball's at.
All right, we're in our fourth round today. We got 5 rounds total in each group. Starting to get down to the points. People are starting to track points. That'll you'll see that like you were doing earlier.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this guy, he's locking his position in.
Right.
We'll start to see that over the next, and then in this final round, man, it'll be a math quiz at the end here
right.
to determine who's going to get through.
Well, I mean, we've been through this so many times over the years, right? We kind of know where we have to be. It's nice to go win, 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 and you can kind of take the last 2 sets off. The worst thing is being in the last set with like Kyle and Justin James and Martin Borgmeyer and having to win. It's like, good luck.
Just like Bobby Bradley, a round or 2 ago, he's up there with all this horsepower, and as a competitor, you stop and you look around for a second and you just think, wow, I've really got to bring my best this next set.
Well, and the thing is, Ryan, like a guy like Bobby Bradley, right, 195 to 200 ball speed, he can hit the best ball he possibly can. And if one of these guys like Kyle, they just hit a decent ball, they're going to beat him, Yeah, Seb Twaddle just broke his club. 220 ball speed, and he snapped it over.
Well, he shouldn't swing so hard.
Well, I think it was from
it's a safety issue right there.
I know. That's like a Wes Patterson. We got to call that like a Wes or something.
Yeah.
But
we had that in Japan. We had one break. One of the ladies broke their shaft, and it went flying into the crowd.
Yeah.
It landed in this guy's lap. He was kind of. What's funny is that he wasn't really paying attention closely. So when it happened, it was just like this club just appeared in his lap.
So Seb Twaddell is going to take that set. I think it's Twaddell or Twaddle.
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him. He'll
Twaddell.
say it with an Australian accent. So.
Twaddell?
Twaddell.
So
Twaddle?
Seb is going to take that set. 372 looks like. He's going to be moving on. He's going to be at 600 points. Ryan Winther, 368, going to finish second. And
He's
Ryan Winther is safely 675 he'll be at. So those 2 guys are moving on. Doesn't matter what they do in the final set. That's kind of nice when you know you're in. You can kind of hit a different setup, maybe a different shaft or different head setup, or kind of just see what the grid will give up with it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What would you do? Because I'll tell you what I would do. But like there a lot of these players are friends and they train together and work together. But let's say you and your close buddy. Let's say it was me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm behind. I need to win. I'm in the last set, right? Are you changing the way you perform based on the guy on the tee box, or are you always doing your best?
I try to tell, like, some of these young kids have come up to me and talked about a little advice and stuff, and I said you can only control what you can control. That's you.
Yeah.
You can't control, like, I don't care who I'm on the tee box with. It's just you control what you do. It's a competition within yourself. That's kind of how I look at it. I don't worry about who I'm on the tee with. If I take care of my business, I know it's going to be pretty good. So, unless you're on the tee box with Kyle and he yells at one, you're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Or Justin or Martin or someone with a lot of horsepower. But other than that, you just kind of you can't worry about what anyone else. It's the same thing as golf. You can't worry about anyone else, or else you've already lost. You can only take care of your business, do what you do well, and then just kind of take care of it.
Yeah, and I would say my effort on the tee box is always the same, right? Now, I might try something different, like you mentioned, trying a different shaft or a different setup, maybe change the loft or the lie angle a little bit, and it's really hard to simulate in practice what's happening in a competition. So if you're in, right, if mathematically you're into the next round, and you feel like, hey, I would benefit from trying this other setup, then maybe you do it. But,
yeah, for sure.
An example of this is there's a shaft that Patterson Kinetics, Jason Hordesky, his company makes, that is a D10 shaft, and it's really, really soft. And a lot of players have gone to these softer shafts to pick up that extra speed so they can be competitive with the Borgmeyers and the Greg Knolls and the Berkshires, Justin James, so they're doing everything they can to increase their speed. But for me, I cannot swing that soft of a shaft in competition.
You have to be patient with it.
So I will try it. I'll come back and I'll try and do that in competition in that 5th set if I feel like I'm comfortably into the next round. But man, it's taken me about 4 years to go to a softer shaft, which is the LD30 Plus, which isn't nearly as soft as the D10, but just for me, I was used to swinging a 3X stiff shaft or 4X stiff shaft. And then now I'm finding the benefits of I can practice longer with the softer shaft.
Right.
I can create more speed with the softer
A
shaft.
lot less shock too.
Yeah, a lot less shock
Yeah,
to your
easier
joint.
on your joints for
Yep.
sure.
And as
No
you get
doubt.
older, like you and I here, right? That's one of the like really when you're younger, you can sometimes just push through
Yeah.
and still perform at a really high level. But the older you get, the more injuries you have. You really that becomes a rest,
Yep.
right?
Recovery,
and
training.
health,
Training is huge.
right? And then you've got to really put the time in. What's your favorite exercise in the gym?
So I actually use a lot of pure motion equipment with Jeff Flagg. I've been doing a lot of that stuff.
Is that the
and
twisting?
yeah, do a lot of
Okay.
rotational stuff on your feet. You know, you're hitting a golf ball on your feet, right? So a lot of rotational exercises, not loading a ton of weight, but moving it efficiently. That's one of the reasons why I've been so healthy.
Yeah.
And doing a lot of Rotex stuff. Rotex motion is phenomenal. Just shoulder mobility, hip mobility. I think, you know, I've been really consistent with it the last few months, and my body's never felt better. I mean, I've been doing a lot of shoulder mobility stuff, and I've been getting faster. So I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. Made a
Yeah.
little equipment change, and you know, keep getting faster. So it's, you know, you got to find out what works. You got to just try some stuff, like trial and error, right? There's been a lot of stuff that I've tried that didn't work, and then all of a sudden, ooh, you kind of come onto something. You're like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody that's part of the process, right? Part of the journey is you've got to figure out, you know, what you do to leverage your body against the ground best,
Right.
and then you look at your weaknesses and try and train to improve those weaknesses.
No doubt.
All right, Steve Coyce, he's a number 9 right now in the group of 16.
Yep.
That's his position, so he's out of the top 8 right now. He needs to have a good finish in this round. Now, he's only
Kyle just piped one 221 right up the gut, left center. He might not hit another ball. Seriously.
You're right. You say that, but look at him.
Right.
He is.
He might
taking
not,
his
seriously.
Time. Yeah.
You know, I mean, he just had hand surgery
So
4 weeks ago.
So do you feel? Let me ask you this: do you
Yeah.
feel like Kyle owes the field the that he should continue to hit, or as a competitor, like if he's advancing and he's trying to stay healthy, and he just says, "I'm just going to shut it." He's taking his glove off.
If
see?
that were me, I
Yeah.
would shut it down. If
Yeah.
I just had surgery, knowing that one swing could possibly
Yeah.
hurt it, why take the chance?
Yeah.
You know, because let's just say he keeps hitting. He's at 391 on his first ball, and something happens on his fourth ball, right? He's like, why would I? You know,
Yes.
you don't want to look back and say, you know, 391 is most likely going to win this set, right? And it doesn't matter because he's through anyways.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it doesn't. He doesn't even have to hit the fifth round.
You're right. You're right.
Literally, he could literally go hitting 7 balls this entire.
He's holding
you know,
his wrist.
so-
I did talk to him last night at the player banquet, and he's mentioned that he is icing his hand or wrist about 10 times a day. You know, just
Yeah.
periodically throughout the day.
Yep.
Coyce is reaching back. He's
Yep,
you know,
he
having a
needs-
hard time finding the grid right
Yeah,
now.
well, he's got to finish second. You know,
Yeah.
at worst, because he's at. You know, he's at 300. 400 would be okay.
If you have not yet subscribed to the PLDA podcast, go to your podcast platform, search up PLDA podcast, Crushing It with Steve Coyce. Steve is the he's headed that up for us, and he's doing a great job. I'll listen to a podcast and I'll text Steve. I'll say, "Man, you're just getting better and better."
Yeah.
And I think it's the coolest thing ever. That actually, I think, might be my dream job. I don't know if I'd be any good at it, but I would love to have a podcast
Yeah.
and just talk to people. And because Steve is a super humble guy, right? He's really frustrated with that. Did not have the performance here, but luckily he's got one more set.
Again, well, if
He's
he
got
wins,
chance.
he's going to be in. But
Right.
he had to get points, Ryan, like we said, right? 2 OB sets is that's tough.
It's a killer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's trying to get.
And that's
some,
unlike him. You
yeah,
know, that
it-
really is. He usually gets a lot of balls in. He's consistent.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy.
Well, hopefully he can bounce back. You know.
Yep.
You
Well, he's got to win.
love
He's
to
got
see
no
good-
choice. He has to win
Yeah.
his last set.
you love to see good guys do good.
Yep.
Not that there's bad guys or any out here, but just like I said, Steve is a super humble guy.
Yeah.
Very
Totally helps out Greg Dahl.
yeah.
You know, now they're both at 300. You know, they're both tied for 8th. Unless Haggerty, where's Haggerty? 225. He might
He's
just
going to pick up some points there.
Yeah,
'cause
he's going to finish
Hagerty
second,
took
so he's at 325. So he's going to be in 8th,
Yeah.
and those guys are right behind him at 300 points.
Yep.
So
Greg Mooney there picking up 50, or let's see,
25
55 points, 50 points there. So Greg at 225.
Yep.
He's got a long way to go. He may, if he can win his last set, he may have a chance to squeak in. But this is, you'll see these numbers here. It's actually spread out pretty evenly.
Yeah.
So this next group, right? Greg Mooney moves over to slot number 4. He's right back up.
Yep.
He's going to know his fate here in about
Yeah.
4 minutes.
He's going to have to win to have any kind of chance. 425 if he wins.
Well, it should be pretty easy because he's just going up against Seb Twaddell.
Yep.
Seb Twaddle.
Bobby
Twaddle. That's, I think, my Australian accent.
Bobby Twaddell. Bobby's at 150. Even if he wins, he's going to be at 350. I think it's going to be a little short.
Yeah.
Unless,
Crazy.
those guys go obese. Crazier things have happened, right?
And it's happened already today.
So Bobby needs a little help. Go, Bobby. He's got to hit a great ball, and he needs some help.
Yep, Twaddle.
It's left.
Yeah, Twaddle. That one, not a good shot.
And Twaddell, he's through. He's at 600 points. So
Yeah.
this is like a going through the motions set, kind of getting a feel for the ball a little bit more. Guys that haven't hit it that much. So just maybe getting some different. Bobby's talking to himself, laughing. Gavin Yokis, 354. Bobby Bradley with a 327-yard bomb.
Killed it. The purple shorts he's wearing.
Yeah, I think it is. Greg Mooney. Great to see him. He's from New Zealand, right?
He is from
New Zealand.
He's a
Yeah.
firefighter.
Yeah,
Yep.
super good dude. I like talking to him.
Yeah, I have a hard time picking up his accent.
Yeah.
So we've had some of the South Africans.
Yeah.
Rwan Putgeeter.
Yeah.
Man, he was helping us out on Sunday, setting up. Super nice guy, and I had the hardest time. And a couple of times I thought he was speaking, I don't know what language, but I didn't think it was English, and it was. I felt so bad.
Yeah, Greg hit a nice ball there, 206, right down the slot. Yeah, our Australians and New Zealanders they're cool.
Yeah.
They're cool dudes. They're it's awesome that they can come here and compete. And next year, hopefully, our European buddies can come over and compete as well.
Yeah. We're missing the Euros. We need to get the Euros back. The Euros have been really strong in the past.
Yeah.
They're 10, 12, 15 guys strong coming over.
Yep. It's not like they couldn't come over. They could have, right?
Yeah, I think that there's been a reset, a kind of a delayed reset with
Europe,
long drive in Europe.
and
So
COVID and stuff, or
yeah, we've got the European long drive games. They're our affiliate there. So I think especially after COVID, that financially it's been difficult over there.
yeah.
To hold competitions. But
Ooh, Greg, 210 ball speed. Oof, that was nice, right down the slot. That could be a winner right there.
Yeah, Seb going OB, frustrated, but he's gonna get through it because he's.
This
got
would have been a
600
set.
points.
If Mooney could take the lead there, that'll put him at 425, and that was his 6th ball. So it depends. And that was 210 ball speed right down the pipe. So
He's in second place right now.
yeah, I want to say at 210, that's going to be close to Yokis, and that's the worst waiting, right? A guy hit a good ball.
The only other thing worse was back in the World Long Drive days on Golf Channel where you would have match play competitions, but it would be one player on the tee at a time.
Wow, 210 ball speed went 35. It looked like it was good flight too.
I think he was hitting it a little low, and the conditions seem to have changed because we were seeing a lot of high 300s.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing a lot of mid 300s,
yeah.
under 330s, 340s. So the weather has changed. The wind looks like it's now here at the tee box is going left to right instead of right to left.
Yep. So looks like Seb Twaddell went OB, but he's good. 600 points. He will be moving on to tomorrow. He's safely in the top 8. Gavin Yokis is gonna move on there.
I think he's in 16th place right now.
I think so.
So even though he wins that set,
Right.
he really acted like a wrecker because he
Yeah.
just destroyed somebody's dream
Yeah,
probably.
like
Like
if
Mooney,
Mooney
yeah.
wins, he's 425. He's borderline.
Yeah.
You know.
So
And then Bobby, good showing, Bobby. 15th World Championship, man. That's impressive. And he's made several Final 16s and a few Final 8s, I think, in the Open Division over the years. But
back when he weighed more, it takes mass to move mass, folks.
Absolutely, if you could ride your Peloton, I think he'd be probably one of the front runners in this out of this 128-man field, right?
You know, I've actually that's one of the things I've been doing at the gym is riding more bike to try and strengthen my legs and get some endurance. Because this, you know, the way that we do these events now, we come in a day early, we set up. You know, it takes a lot out of me, so I'm trying to get to where I'm in better shape so that I can, you know, actually compete and do well.
Yep. All right. Fifth and final set for these guys. Kyle's in slot 3. Masumi is in slot 2. Winther slot 1. Littlefield slot 4. And do any of them?
Berkshire not hitting very good. That first one.
I think Mizumi's at 400, and he's in 5th. So he let me see here. I'm trying to do the numbers here, guys. So Winther, Littlefield, and Berkshire are all good. I mean, they're all through. So Masumi's kind of on the bubble here. So he has to, if he finishes, I mean, he needs some points.
What? Yeah, but what he really needs, he needs the guys ahead of him to win, because if, like, for example, if Kyle and Winther finish ahead of him, they're already ahead of him.
Right.
So it's not going to hurt him. It's actually just going to take competitors away. Scott Littlefield, 202.
202.
Actually, that was Misumi, but
was
Scott Littlefield yelling at us, wanting to know what his ball speed was. I love the in-game interaction. Okay, here's a 222 from Kyle.
222
that
for
ball
Kyle.
is in play.
Yeah,
he's
like
probably going to wait for the number and then
little
call
cutty,
it quits.
little cutty out there. 222 ball speed.
Littlefield. You know, I love the guys on the tee box. I used to be a little bit more like that, but the talkative types, you know, Borgmeyer will get people engaged. Bryson does it too.
Yeah.
You know,
Winther 370's leading.
Yep. Man, they must be walking back to Berkshire's ball.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know if it spun a little bit, kind of the way the flight of it was on Top Tracer was.
It was definitely a back right
223 for Kyle. That's left.
Left, yeah.
But that 378.
370.
And then Winther's at 376.
Yeah, so
Winther's hitting it nice
he should
today.
put the club down.
Ryan's hitting it really nice today.
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot of balls in play. And you know,
so he's going back up, and I'll tell you,
is.
he probably saw that Winther was 76, and so he's like, "I'm going for it."
Well, this is his last set. He's probably feeling pretty good. I think if he was in
Another 222.
you know, if he was worried about anything, I think he would probably stop hitting. Oh, Masumi yelling at one. We'll see. 217 ball speed. That's impressive. He's not a big guy.
No, but he center punches it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
It's cool. I bet he can win a lot of bets in the bar. You know, he can hit it 400 yards. Yeah, whatever. He goes out there just absolutely pipes one.
Tease it up at the parking lot.
Yeah.
On deck, the final group.
All right, so Berkshire should take that one.
369. He's going to finish third.
But that's not terrible because it puts him at 450.
450.
Yeah.
That's going to be right there. It's most likely going to get through because look.
Yeah, there's a log jam here.
So Gregnall and Coyce, depending on if they're on the tee box at the same time, you know.
Well, and Coyce was the #1 seed, so he's going to be in that last.
He's going to be in the last group.
And I don't see Gregnall on the tee, so I'm assuming they're both going to be in that last group together. 380. Berkshire 380 on that.
Yep.
So extending his lead a little bit.
Yep. Kyle's going to sweep it.
Littlefield right now.
Yep, Berkshire is going to win that set, 380 confirmed. Winther is going to take second, 376. Littlefield Misumi is going to be third, 369, most likely. Not underlined yet, not confirmed, but it should be here in a second. Yep, confirmed. 50 points. Littlefield 366. So Winthrop, Berkshire, and Littlefield are through. They're guaranteed to hit tomorrow in the top 32. And Masumi is depending on how the guys behind him do. It just depends. And he's in 5th with 450. So where's Spencer? Where's Spence? Spencer's at 225. So he's gonna have to win. He's gonna have to win, and that will put him at 425. He still has a chance.
Naoto Masumi 369. Scott Littlefield 366. On the tee now for their last set. Mitch Grassing, Travis Eakin, George Haggerty, Spencer McDaniel. Gentlemen, the grid is clear. Fire away.
All right. 5th
right.
and final set for these guys.
Spencer McDaniel gave me the signal to take some pictures for him.
Oh, he's such a stud.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it because I got a perfect angle.
He's cool. He's got the shades on.
I love Spencer.
All right, Grassing, Eakin, Haggerty, and McDaniel. 1 through 4 slots. Final set. Like I was saying, we're just trying to figure out some stuff here. Haggerty is in 8th right now, so if he wins, he's in good shape. He will definitely get through at 525. So this is an important set for all these guys. McDaniel's he's gonna have to win to be at 425. And then Mitch, where's Mitch Grassing? Mitch is 275. So yeah, so it's winner, and it's gonna be tight.
It is, and honestly, I think you're seeing some. Travis Eakin, he was pretty strong earlier, and then just just not quite.
Had a couple 4th place, 3rd place. Yeah, it's just those wins are important. Those 200, that 200 points is just massive.
Yeah,
because it just goes so low. 200, 150, and then 25. He's leading by a yard, Spencer. He's got to win. Wind is kind of coming off the left now. It's blowing a little bit, left to right, pretty much.
Yeah.
Maybe hurting a smidge, if anything.
It's a good point you bring up here because it's important to hit good balls all the time.
Yeah.
And right now.
He's laughing at that one. Ooh, Spencer, 364.
Yeah. Well, the conditions change, right?
For sure.
So what you might see is that 364, if the wind shifts,
yes,
it could be no problem for somebody to beat it, or it could be almost impossible for somebody to beat it.
And here's the thing. If Spencer finishes first, Haggerty finishes second, they're going to be tied at 425. So, and Travis has 1 ball left. Mitch has to win this set. Yeah, he's guiding it. You can tell.
Look at that. Haggerty right behind him again.
Haggerty, yeah.
So 353 to 354, and then Spencer goes 64, and Haggerty goes 63.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think did Mitch go all OB there?
Yeah, Mitch just does not look comfortable on the tee box.
No.
He doesn't look like he's able to just let it go and make that athletic move.
Yeah.
He's either thinking too much or just not confident in something in his equipment. It could be equipment. It could just be.
Has he hit really this year? He really hasn't, right? And that's
he
big.
Did the bash for cash. Yeah, he just might not be comfortable. Some of these guys this isn't their full-time career, a lot of these guys, and Mitch has been working on his career. So 1 ball in play at 288, and so unfortunately that'll be the end for Mitch Grassing. He'll be with me on the sidelines.
Look at
the next couple of days.
Spencer McDaniel wins the set, 364.
Yeah,
425. He's gonna be tied with George Haggerty, 425, and then Steenberg is in 8th. Ooh, I mean,
so
you got Ryan Gregnall has to win.
All 4 of these guys.
Look at this.
Whoever wins this gets through.
Yes, whoever wins it gets through.
And that's.
But even if Ryan Steenberg finishes 3rd, he's in, right? Because that'll put him at 450. That'll be tied for 5th. And even if the other 2 guys,
it would put him in a tie probably.
Yeah, but he'd still get through.
So if Steenberg finishes 1st or 2nd, he's in for sure. Well, actually no, because you could have Galladay finish 1st and be 575. So just win. That's all I gotta say, guys. Just win.
Whoever wins is in.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, that grid is clear.
And it might
Right.
force a playoff.
Win and you're in.
Win and you're in.
Don't and you're out.
Yeah.
So
And these are the top. Think of this. These are the top 4 ranked players from yesterday.
yes,
In this group, these are the guys finished the highest.
and they're all on the bubble.
Yes.
Crazy, huh?
They're all right
One
there
day
in
to the
bubble.
next, it could just change, and it's tough. It gets tougher every round.
Yeah.
You have to hit it great every day. Yeah,
All
win
right,
and
who
you're
you-
in.
Who you got here?
So, except, Ryan Steenberg doesn't have to win. Ryan can finish second or third and get in. He can finish third at the worst and still get in. The other 3 guys have to win to get in.
Yeah. Yeah, because if
Because 400, Galladay can finish second, 475, but that would still put Steenberg in.
Well, if Coyce wins,
Gregnall just hit a
he
bomb.
goes from 300 to
218,
500.
218 ball speed right down the slot.
Yeah.
Man, he needed that.
The wind kind of
348,
dying down a little bit
Galladay
here on the tee box.
354. So Jacob can finish second and get through. Steve has to win. Ryan Gregnall just hit a big ball, 218 right down the gut.
220, hooked out of bounds.
Yep. Those lefties go
I can
fast,
do
don't
one
they?
of those 2 things. I can hook it out of bounds.
Yeah, 378.
78, yeah.
Man,
Yep.
that's a good ball.
Steve's got it in him. He can
Yeah, of
do
course. Absolutely. Good ball.
He found
Hey,
it.
he got it, 212. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to catch 78,
it. Yeah.
but it was a cut, and the wind is going left or right. Just depends how flat it was. Hopefully, it was high enough. But it's. I'm thinking it'll be at least. That should be 70 plus 63.
63.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah, so that's huge for Greg
Yeah.
right now.
Steenberg 68. That's a good set, man. This is tight.
Gregnall going after it. there. I
Yeah.
think if that
78. 216 out.
Steenberg at 68. man,
Yeah,
it's just-
Steenberg's good.
Each of these guys down to their last ball.
Yep. Galladay, 201 ball speed. I thought he'd be faster than that. He looks faster than that. 215 Gregnall. Yeah, right down the middle. So
Yeah, we
Steenberg.
We could see this shake up here, right?
Look
at
at
the
that,
end, 'cause
yeah.
It just takes one.
Yeah, look at that.
Galladay 208.
Yep. Couple of veterans. Gregnall's gonna squeak through 500 points, most likely. I
We're
can't see
waiting.
Galladay hitting at 380.
Yeah, it looks
you
like
know.
Steenberg's balls are all accounted for.
Yeah.
So it looks like it might be the end of the road for Steve Coyce. He's
Yep.
going to finish with 325 points.
And that's where it is, right there, Ryan.
And Ryan
Set
Gregnall's
2,
going to
set
go
4, 0-0.
Yep. Really
You
frustrating.
gotta, you gotta put balls in play. You
You
don't
definitely don't want to be waiting till the last group
Right.
when you're going up against
when you
all
get
the
right,
other.
right. The firepower, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough enough to win a set, let alone against these horses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Galladay's
yeah,
gonna go to
Steenberg's gonna sneak in
475.
there, even finishing third. I mean, he's gonna be. He's
I
in.
think Galladay
Oh,
leapfrogs him.
Galladay's 71.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but-
Galladay's going to go to 475.
Yes.
Steenberg's going to be at 450.
Yeah, but he's in.
Gregnall leaps them both
Yes.
to 500. So it looks like Steenberg's.
So is Spencer
maybe-
out? Is Spencer going to be out? I think he is. I think he's going to be knocked
do
out.
You know what?
It actually happened perfect. That knocked him out. That knocked Spencer out.
That was the Yahtzee that Spencer
was-
didn't want to have happen.
Right. Right. Spencer's at 420. Unless, hold on. George Hager, hold on. They're tied at 425. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. I
Yeah.
think there might be a playoff.
We're terrible at math.
Oh, terrible. Awful. Well, it's just like we're
There's
looking
so
at all
many
the numbers. I'm
scenarios.
like,
There's so many
there's so
possible-
many scenarios, right? So Gregnall is going to be at 500. He's in.
And they're waiting.
Okay.
They're
500 is
going to
move into
confirm a
fifth
ball.
place.
Looks like they're waiting. There. Okay, we just got the number on Coyce.
Galladay 475 is going to be into sixth.
So Gregnall goes to 5.
Galladay
He's
goes
in
to
fifth place.
475. Steenberg goes to 450. There's going to be a playoff.
Haggerty
At
and McDaniel.
Haggerty
looks like.
McDaniel. Yep. Like I said, that was huge. Spencer winning that set by
Yeah.
a yard.
Yes.
Now they're going to play off against each other. And those are confirmed, right?
In that last group, Ryan
Steve,
Gregnall,
look at that.
178
Yep.
yards. followed by Jacob Galladay, 371. Ryan Steenberg, 368.
1 yard.
And Steve
Ryan would have been in the
Boyce,
playoff with him.
367.
Yeah.
Snuck in there. Rochester. Rochester, New York.
New York.
Yeah. Ryan, another top 32 for him. So he hasn't even hit that much. You know, kids and family and work and business and
At the end of 5
tough,
rounds,
man.
no
People
ties
don't,
and
you know,
hands are
it's
broken. Here are your
just-
top
it's
five
awesome to
players
see.
advancing to the
McDaniel and
final
Haggerty
32.
both get knocked out, so there will be no
That's
playoff.
it.
With a perfect
Yep.
score of 1,000
Son of a
points,
gun, yep.
Al Berkshire.
Berkshire
Right.
at the
Ryan had
top.
to Steenberg had to finish fourth there for there to be a playoff.
Yeah.
650 points, Scott Littlefield.
Whew, my brain
Jeez.
is hurting.
Yeah, that was way too much math for me. 51 years old.
Ryan Gregel in sixth, 475
It was
points.
fun.
So look at that.
And tied for seventh,
Um,
450 points. The final two moving on.
1 yard.
Yeah.
Steenberg and
1
Dale
yard.
Toomey. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna
Man.
take a break
It's
for
just
lunch.
going to get
That's
tighter
good.
every
It's gonna-
day,
Every
too.
day is going to get tighter. The dispersion, the numbers are going to get tighter. It's going to get closer. Kyle looked good. You know,
Yeah,
he had a
even
day off
injured.
yesterday, and obviously we talked about him having surgery a few weeks ago, and he's out here, you know, just, you know, but he did what he had to do, right? And so did Ryan Winther. Littlefield was impressive as well, you know.
Yeah, those-
Twaddell,
yeah, 675,
Kid's got some
650,
gas, man.
600.
He's-
Those three guys right there close together.
he's got some HP.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's impressive.
And-
Ryan, how about that? Ryan hit it. He didn't hit it very well. He didn't look very happy.
Yeah,
And he comes through in the last set, wins the last set, gets into fifth place. Because if he finishes second, he's out.
right.
You know, so he just sneaks in there by winning the last set. That's, you know, that's impressive. That's what you got to do. You know, so you're not going to hit it great in every round.
A win is weighted heavily for a reason,
Yes.
right? Sometimes you
Absolutely.
get lucky and other players don't play well, but definitely
Right.
like in that set there, Gregnall earned that win
For sure.
and
Hit a great ball.
Deserves to go through.
219 right down on his second ball too. That's important. Get one of those first two in,
Yeah.
and then you can kind of free it up and give it a rip. But that was tough. Tough kid. Just longest ball of the set. I was right this time. I called 400 in the first set. It was 399. Josh Koch. I said there's going to be somebody's going to hit 400, and I was right on the number. Mr. Berkshire. Savant. Yeah, Berkshire. Yep. Yeah. Come back at 1.
Yep, we're going to wrap it up right now. We'll be back in 1 hour, 56 minutes, actually. We'll be back here. We'll have probably some much more entertaining commentary for you than me and Eddie Frant. No, we're awesome. We're great. So
That was fun.
we appreciate you tuning in. Spread the word. Like and subscribe. Check us out, prolongdrivers.com. And thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, fun to call this on this side. I can't wait to hit tomorrow, man. I'm excited.
You'll do
Thanks,
well.
buddy.
Very well, I'm
Yep.
sure.